Welcome back to Money Reset, the podcast for anyone who wants to build wealth, retire confidently, and take control of their financial future. I'm the Budget Babe, and today we're exploring something that trips up almost anyone at some point, which is the psychology of saving. We'll unpack why saving is so hard, even when we know it's important, and what we can do to break free from the habits and mindsets that keep us stuck. If you're dreaming of financial freedom, early retirement, or just more peace of mind, this episode is for you. So first, why do we struggle to save? Saving sounds simple, but there's a reason it's so hard to stick with. Let's break down 4 common mindsets that sabotage our savings. The first one is instant gratification. Our brains love immediate rewards. That's why buying something right now feels so much better than stashing money in an account that you can't touch for years. But every dollar spent impulsively is a dollar that can't grow for your future. Next is super common. It's lifestyle creep. When income goes up, spending often rises with it, whether intentional or not. A raise turns into a new car, a bigger apartment, or more takeout. And suddenly, there's no extra money to save. Another way that we sabotage ourselves is the all or nothing thinking. So thinking things like, if I can't save a lot, why even bother? However, small amounts do add up, and getting started is the hardest part. And last, emotional spending. Shopping when you're stressed, bored, or celebrating can be a quick fix, but over time, it eats away at your progress. So how can we reframe these mindsets so that we don't sabotage ourselves? Here's how we can flip the script and start saving with confidence. First one is automate it. Set up an automatic transfer to your savings or investment account right after each paycheck. Automation makes saving effortless. You can also define your why. So, are you saving for an emergency fund, early retirement, or travel? Knowing your purpose makes it easier to say no to impulse buys. You could also try to break big goals into small steps. So instead of trying to save $20,000 in one shot, which is going to be extremely hard, break it down. Saving $200 a week feels a lot more achievable. This is usually what I like to do, and I like to have visuals out there. So I have like a progress chart, and it helps me feel like I'm actually getting somewhere. The next one is so important, but celebrate your progress. So when you hit a milestone, reward yourself with a free or a low-cost treat. This might look a little bit different for everybody based on what you're into. This could range from anything like using a bath bomb to something like having a day trip somewhere, or something related to a hobby that you're into, like have a craft day, go to a thrift store, pick out your new project. Personally, I like to just take about $20 and buy it on whatever I want. Last is reframing your self-talk. So this might mean replacing phrases like, I can't spend money on that, with something like, I'm choosing to invest in my future. So that's a huge empowering language shift that really does matter in the end, especially when you say it to yourself every single time that you're tempted to buy something you know deep in your heart you don't need. So let's bust a few of the excuses I hear all the time. So the first one, I'll save when I make more money. The way that I see it is, if you don't save $20 out of $200, you're probably not going to save $2,000 out of $20,000. So start small now so that you have that practice of not overspending and being aware of your budget and how much you really want to spend versus just impulse buying all the time. Next is also something I hear a lot of. So it's too late for me. It's actually never too late. Even starting at 40 or 50 can give your money a decade or more to grow, and that's going to leave you in a much better position than it would had you not have started saving. The next myth is, I deserve nice things now. And you do, but your future also deserves financial security and options. So I believe it's about finding a balance. For example, for me personally, I like to sacrifice the nice things because I'm aggressively trying to save. So I think you have to find out what that balance is for you. And the last myth is, I don't know where to start. So start by tracking your spending for a month and then set an initial savings goal, even if it's just $50 a paycheck. So here are a couple of stories from listeners who changed their money mindset. So Mike, who's 34, used to spend his entire paycheck each month. And he gets paid bi-weekly, so every other week. And he started automating a $200 transfer every payday into a high-yield savings account. 2 years later, he had over $10,000 saved. Another is actually not a listener, it's one of my cousins, but she was really overwhelmed by student loans and didn't think saving was possible for her. She started putting $50 a week into her Roth IRA, and 5 years later, her account was over $16,000. She said that seeing that balance climb gives her hope that she may have an early retirement. So I like to just give everybody tools you can use for your toolbox. You don't have to use everything, but financial freedom starts with small decisions when they're made consistently over time. So what can you do today? Automate your savings, write down your why, or track your spending for 30 days. So you want to do whatever is best for you that you feel connected to. Just remember, every dollar saved is a dollar closer to freedom and peace of mind. If this episode inspired you, please share it with someone who needs a little motivation. And don't forget to subscribe to Money Reset so you never miss an episode that helps you take charge of your finances and get a little closer to early retirement or whatever your money goals are. If you want to supercharge your journey, check out the episode description to sign up for my newsletter. When you do, you'll get instant access to my free Roth IRA checklist and beginner's guide to help you get started investing for your future today.